Hello everyone, how are you doing? Today I'm going to show you how to assemble beetle from the beetle kit. So we have a box of servos, a USB cable, the body parts, and 9 board and a remote. In the servo box, we have 10 P1S servos, specifically designed for beetle. Among them, 5 have long cables, and one of them is a spare unit, and 5 short cables. And these are the screws and springs for the servos. This is the bag for connectors, the uploader, Bluetooth dongle, and Wi-Fi dongle, and a tiny screwdriver just in case you don't have one at home. The main body part is pre-assembled for packaging and shipping, but let me show you how to open it. Use one finger to push one side of the cover and another finger to take it off. Easy. And the battery is slided into this track. It makes it easy to switch batteries and also help to change the center of mass, because the heavier part of the battery is in the front. By sliding it, you can shift the center of mass backward. You can even install the battery in a reverse direction so that you can tune the center of mass from the front to the back. It will help the robot to balance once you add more components to it. And there's no screws in this main body part. All parts are put together using the interlocking mechanism. The head is designed as a clip. You can use it to hold some sensors. Ouch! Let's prepare the legs first. You will need all these leg pieces and the accessory bag in the servo box. Screws, springs, and servo arms. Before you start to make the upper legs, observe the servo arms. The two sides are different. On one side, it has teeth to hold the servos so that it can rotate. And the longer part will be inserted into this track. Pay attention. The teeth is on this side. And bend it. Then push. This is one part. And for the other side, it has an opposite direction. You will use the side without the teeth. This is with the teeth. This is without the teeth. And the longer piece inside. Insert it into the track. Hold it and bend it a little bit. Push. Now you can put these two pieces together. Next, insert the springs. Hold the arm in this direction so that the yellow piece is facing you. And pull the spring here and use your finger to push it over the step. Now it's in. Be careful with the springs, it may jump over and fly everywhere. This structure will help to reduce the shock on the servos. You see how it works? Do the same operation for all the 4 legs. To check whether the directions are correct, you can take a look at all these servo arms, and the directions should be the same. All of them will be able to accept this servo. In this way. Now let's make the lower legs. You need to be very careful with directions because the left leg and the right leg are different. First, put all the components in this pattern. Let me show you how to make the right leg. Hold the servo in this way and organize the cable. Bend it in this direction, not in this direction. You see the difference? Bend it in this direction and hold it. And notice there is a little window here on the lower leg. It's designed to let the wire go through. This is one leg. And this is another leg. The front leg and back leg are the same. Now look at this left leg. It's using the same principle, but the direction is opposite. Hold it. Insert it. Put them back onto the table and check whether the directions are correct. If everything looks fine, you can put the screws in to fix them into the structure. You will need these screws with the sharp ending. Now let's make the head. You will need the servo with a short cable. Bend the cable in this way, not this way. You see the difference? And to the left. See? Also notice that the output shaft is towards the back of the head. Then use screws to fix it on the structure. And then install the servo arm to the neck. Again, pay attention to the two different sides. This piece will be able to accept the neck servo, so it should be facing upward. Then use two screws to fix them into the structure. And by the way, this neck is designed to be clip-on, so it's very convenient to take it on and off. So far, so good. Within 10 minutes, we are already at this step. Now we need to connect all these servos onto the controller board. You will need 4 servos with shorter cables for the shoulder, and insert them in this way. Put the cable into the shoulder and pay attention to the direction of this output shaft. You see this pattern? These are pointing outward. If you put it in this direction, it will be wrong. You see the difference? The whole structure should be symmetric. Then insert the lower legs. Again, pay attention to the front and back of the body. Notice these larger holes on this track. This should be towards the tail. If I put back this head, you will see it clearly. See? And then put these lower legs through the hole under the shoulder and back into the body, like this. And don't forget the neck. Now you need to connect the cables onto the night board and pay attention to the direction. This is the tail. You need to connect the neck to the first pins on this side. And the black cable is the ground. Also pay attention to the way you plug in. One. And then the shoulder. This is the lower leg. The shoulder is here. Connect it to the third pin of this board. And for the lower leg, connect it to the fourth pin here. There is one gap between the pins. See? And for all the other legs, they are symmetric to this left front leg. Can you see the pattern? We have some detailed pictures in our manual, so if you cannot see it clearly, you can refer to the pictures. Okay. Now all the cables are connected. And all these wires should go in this pattern back to the board. So now I'm trying to organize these cables. See? And this is the infrared receiver. Put it below the shoulder. Here. Make sure that the wires don't go underneath the plugs. It should be flat. Then we can use the screws to fix the board onto the body. Make sure that all these wires are well organized so that later if you clip the cover on, they will not be conflicting with the cover. The next step will be uploading the code to the Nightboard. Then we will be able to calibrate the servos for the final assembly. Oh, and remember to install the screws on the shoulder. We use Arduino IDE to program Beetle. You can download our sample code on GitHub by searching OpenCat. You will need this wired uploader or this Bluetooth uploader to upload the code to Beetle. When connecting, pay attention to the pin numbers on the board. And there are also the pin numbers on Nightboard. Make sure that you are connecting them by the corresponding pin numbers. For example, the DTR should be connected to DTR, and GND should be connected to GND. Now it's connected. Then we need to set up the programming environment and upload the Beetle code onto Beetle. After setting up the Arduino environment, you can upload the Right Instinct sketch onto Beetle. And you can open the serial monitor to set it up. Enter 3 Ys, capitalized Ys. And it will enter the calibration mode for the IMU. That's the sensor for detecting the body orientation. Make sure you are putting Beetle on a flat table and don't touch it during this process. Wait until it beeps 6 times in one row. Okay, calibration done. Now that the calibration is done, we can go to the main code, the OpenCat code. Again, upload. Okay. The beeping just indicates that the battery is not connected. And you can connect this battery onto Nightboard from here. Long press the button. Now the Nightboard is powered by this battery, and it's already doing some behavior. Okay. Because all the servos may be orienting to different directions, you will need to enter the joint calibration mode to install all the legs. We can use the remote to do that. press the EQ button, which brings the robot into the calibration mode. And then install all the legs and head at a right angle to the body. It won't be perfect right angles, and we will do fine-tuning afterwards. But for now, just put them on closest to the right angle. Like this. And if I press the walking button, Beetle is already alive. Then we need to fine-tune all the joints. Then Beetle will be fully functional. To fine-tune Beetle's joints, you will need the computer and open the serial monitor of Arduino IDE. Enter C in the serial monitor to put Beetle into the calibration status and use this joint tuner as a reference to find the best calibration value. Put Beetle on a flat table and put the tuner beside the leg. Try to match the center of these two holes with the center of the two holes on this tuner. If not, enter the calibration commands in the serial monitor. More details can be found on our Beetle menu. After calibrating Beetle's joints, now you can install these flat-end screws and fix the servos. And install these covers to hide the wires. Also notice that these covers have directions. It should be flat, in parallel to the surface of this leg. And in the end, install the cover and the tail. Now we are done with assembling beetle. Long press the button, and beetle is alive. Greetings. Thanks for watching.